Well, after our trip down south to Yuma for that awesome STOL competition just a few weeks ago, Steph and I discovered this amazing fun fact that Arizona is a solid 10 to 15 degrees warmer than Utah this time of year, warmer than southern Utah anyways. So, in search of nice warm camping places, we decided to head south, and I really wanted to pop back in to Grand Gulch Mine and explore a little bit more around there, since I had got to just briefly check it out when I was there on the way down to Yuma a few weeks prior. As usual though, Steph and I departed from Hurricane Utah running super late, and well, the Rands, its new name might be Headwind, with that awesome ground speed of about 85 miles an hour, was going to be a little bit of time before we got down south to where it was warm in Arizona, and we wanted to get there before the sun set. So unfortunately, again, not much time to really explore the mine, but enough time to sit there for a few minutes, enjoy the pretty scenery, grab a quick snack, and then hop back in the airplanes for a nice little flight back south over the Grand Canyon. As with most couples, Stephanie and I do not always agree with each other on everything. That includes taking off with headwinds versus tailwinds, and so sometimes we decide to take off opposite direction. Making it just in the nick of time as the sun was going down into the Crooked Tree Strip to camp for the night. Here just before sunset, we got a table, we got the Trulies already opened up, we got little grills for the fire pit, got some firewood left behind, what's left of a shade tree, and nice little fire ring, little fire pit there. This is airplane glamping. Quite the cool little strip, fun place to hang out for the night, really relax, unwind, and take in all those amazing stars under the desert sky. We got up early the next morning, started brewing the coffee so we could head back over to the air park and meet up with the group, heading out to Quartzsite for breakfast. But first, blasting out a Crooked Tree, couldn't pass up the chance to pop into a few other cool little places on our way back to the air park. Most of the land here is predominantly owned by the BLM, open to all recreational vehicles, including aircraft, and really, anywhere you look, there's probably a good place to go ahead and land. Back at the air park, everybody was fired up and ready to go. All these guys sure do get up early in the morning. Quite a few folks that showed up for the breakfast to fly out to Quartzsite. Such an amazing morning for our flight. Beautiful sunrise as we were heading out there. Jason Sneed and the Carbon Cub hanging there on the right along with Steph bringing up the rear in the 170. Fun little place to go for breakfast. Awesome little runway, I guess you could call it. Landing strip. down there in Quartzsite. Good food at the diner there, and then it was on to explore a few more places on our short little trip down to Arizona. After my bouncy landing into Bouse, we popped over into this really cool spot that Gary found. Wouldn't quite call it a strip, but a very neat little place next to this old mine. Tons of really cool history all throughout Arizona and all throughout the Southwest, really. Steph gave it a try and elected to kind of break off and head out and grab some gas and rejoin up with us later on. A little bit of a tight spot. Full disclosure, it did take me a solid 5 or 6 passes, laps in the pattern flying around this thing, before I finally was comfortable enough to set the wheels down and call it a full stop. Fit all 4 airplanes in there, pretty tight parking, but we did manage to do it. And then it was time for us to head off and continue on exploring. Everyone was getting pretty hungry, so we started searching on the map, looking for what might be a nice little lunch stop. We settled in on Dos Amigos, really great little Mexican spot right off of Highway 60 there, just halfway in between Salome and Quartzsite. Fun little place to land, solid 5, maybe 600 feet usable just to the side of the restaurant there. Call it maybe a 500 foot long strip. Sounds long-ish, 500 feet should be enough, but there are some obstacles to watch out for. As you can see on Steph's first approach here, a fully loaded 170 needs perhaps a little bit more room than 500 feet to clear a 50-foot obstacle and still be able to land. After trying to pass to the west, she tried to pass to the north to get in there. Pro tip, keep an eye out for those crazy Toyota Corolla drivers. Never know when they're going to drive right across your runway. All their things to go around for, probably didn't really think that was going to be it, but keeping a sharp eye whenever you're landing in places like this. Eventually got in there and grabbed some amazing food. Always tastes really good whenever you can fly into someplace and get your lunch. Before we knew it, it was about that time to start heading home. Although it doesn't look like it, it was getting pretty late in the day. It is about a 200 nautical mile straight line distance to get home, and with slowish airplanes, well, it's a bit of a trip. Steph did have to run back to where we were the night before to grab her sunglasses, but she is about 20 miles an hour faster than me in the Rans, so we end up linking back up on the flight back home. Cool little place to pop into, amazing little trip down to Arizona. Really enjoyed the flight back home, nice stable smooth air, pretty cool once we got up high, cruising back home over the Grand Canyon, beautiful views as always. And although it seems like the trip would pretty much come to an end, we couldn't resist the urge to find just one more cool spot to check out on our way home.
Little chilly, eh?